Our next inductee will be introduced by our former women's volleyball coach, Jewel McRoberts, and Jewel was the Southern Conference Coach of the Year in 2002. So Jewel, if you want.
Good morning. As Jerry said, my name is Jewel McRoberts, and I was the head volleyball coach here from 1996 to 2002. And I'm just really privileged to be here today to honor the vast accomplishments of our setter, Mary Sabatino. She was the College of Charleston and Southern Conference all-time leader in career assists with 5,637. She also is the program leader in assists per set with 12.12 and currently ranks 5th in career digs with 1,523 and also in career service aces with 143. She was the 3-time first team all-conference selection and a 2-time Southern Conference champion. As a senior in 2002, she was an AVC All-South Region first team selection and the Southern Conference Tournament MVP, leading our program to its first NCAA tournament appearance, the first NCAA appearance in College of Charleston women's sports up until that point. During her stellar career, she led the Cougars' nationally ranked offense and helped us compile a 93-39 overall record. It is fair to say that she and her teammates laid the foundation of dominative play that has been a result in the long-standing winning tradition of the College of Charleston volleyball program. Are you impressed yet? Well, I can honestly say that Mary Sabatino is one of the very most impressive people I've ever known. Although she has an amazing list of statistics and accolades, Mary is so much more than the stats. I want to share with you the extraordinary person that Mary is and how her impeccable character just was evident from day one. After the 1998 season, our highest priority for our program was to recruit a setter who could immediately make an impact on our program and lead our offense. I began to recruit a standout high school and club volleyball player from Glen, Illinois, Mary Sabatino. I remember vividly watching her play at a club tournament and then talking with her club coach after the match. And the remarks that her coach made that day, I still can remember them vividly. Mary is a winner. She will do whatever it takes to win, and she flat out gets the job done. And after watching her play that day and hearing those comments, I knew from that moment she was our girl. She was going to be a program changer for us. The next step was her official recruiting visit to campus. And typically on those visits, we would entertain both the athlete and their family and include all of our athletes as much as possible in those visits. On Mary's visit, for some reason at one of the meals, it was just her and I. And during that meal, I was just so amazingly impressed with her poise and maturity and intelligence. Contrary to the norm, speaking with a teenager, I was not the one asking all the intelligent questions and carrying the conversation. Mary was. She peppered me with questions about our program, about our goals, where I thought she would be fitting in into the program. I was just so impressed, and I just loved every single minute of that meal. And from that moment on, I knew not only would she be a program changer for our volleyball team, but I knew and I was certain that she could be a person who could change the world. Fast forward to the 1999 season, and Mary, the then 17-year-old freshman setter, comes onto campus for preseason practices and took the place by storm. In those first few weeks of practice, she worked so hard and pushed her teammates to work hard along with her. She was the first to jump in a drill, and she was the first person to smack everybody on the butt and tell them good job. She proved to me, as well as her teammates, that she could lead our team, and this was evidenced by her teammates voting her a team leader as a freshman. She held the title of team captain and was our court captain for all 4 years of her career. As an athlete, Mary was not our tallest player or our highest jumper or our fastest shuttle pyramid sprinter, but she had the natural feel and understanding for the game that the greatest athletes have. She was confident and steady, consistently making smart decisions while running our fast-paced offense. She was intelligent and deceptive as a setter, knowing exactly which hitter to feed the ball to and when to be offensive herself. On defense, she had the uncanny ability to quickly anticipate the ball and tally digs with the best of them. Her accuracy in serving proved to be a nice weapon for us, as she could serve to any spot on the floor on command. She flat out had skills. In addition to those physical talents, her solid, dependable leadership allowed her to deliver even in the most high-pressure situations with her calm and collected court presence. Mary had all the intangibles that coaches look for in their athletes, those intangibles which separate the average athlete from the exceptional. She had the intrinsic drive to win and be the very best, no matter the cost. She wanted it for herself, but more importantly, she wanted it for her team. She was dedicated to our team and our goals, leading our team with hard work and discipline put in the weight room and in off-season conditioning, which ultimately led to many victories for our program. And if this weren't enough, perhaps the most impressive thing about Mary was her dedication to her education and preparing herself for her future. Mary was an honor roll student and earned Verizon Academic All-District Team Honors. She also served as a Student Athlete Advisory Board President, and her senior year, she received the coveted J. Stewart Walker Cup, which is the highest award given by the athletics department to student athletes for excelling in academics, athletics, and leadership. Mary prestigiously graduated cum laude in 2003 with a degree in English and went on to graduate from DePaul University Law School. She's now a partner and shareholder in one of the prestigious law firms in Chicago, making a difference in the world. To wrap this up, on a personal note, as a Division I volleyball player at Furman University, my team came just short of an NCAA appearance, losing in the conference tournament finals in 1993. So the joy and pride that I felt was immense in being a part of this team with Mary and her teammates in 2002. That was the first women's team for the College of Charleston to go to the NCAA tournament. It was a dream realized for me. That NCAA match versus Notre Dame was my last as a coach and Mary's last as a player. And after that hard-fought match, I will always remember walking out onto the floor with arm in arm with Mary and Steph. And we walked onto the floor and we heard our College of Charleston fans begin to cheer from us from the stands. What a way to finish. Mary, thank you. I was so honored to be your coach. And I'm so proud of what you and your teammates accomplished. There is no one who deserves this honor more. Congratulations, number 5, on being inducted into the College of Charleston Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, as a plaque. Ooh, plaque. Important piece of hardware. There. Thank you.
Oh, that was so nice. Very overwhelmed. Thanks, Coach. So it's a very large honor to be here. You have to come down a little off of that. That was really, I'm blown away. I will tell you, I got the call from Laura Legman, who was the women's athletic director when I played here. She called me at my office about 2 months ago to tell me about the honor, and she said, you know, you just became eligible because you've been out of school 15 years. And I was like, I'm sorry, you've made a mistake. I was just here, a few years ago. But she assured me she was correct. And when I realized and came down a little and understood that her calculations were probably correct, though, Lee, I don't know why you keep saying 18 years. I was like, you got to stop that. It's literally just 15. So anyway, I realized that she was correct. And then it occurred to me that it would feel a little silly standing up here in light of the fact that I played a team sport. And team was kind of everything. And so it seems like a overwhelming honor, but also a little strange to be up here alone. So I played with an extremely dynamic group of women, many of whom are here, which is amazing, and also another reason I feel very, in general, blown away today. But I was trying to think, just some descriptors of the types of women I played with, motivated and respectful, some superior athletes, and just in general had such an overwhelming commitment, a commitment to the school and to the program, but also I just remember a really deep commitment to each other as teammates. So I thought, well, what can be, a story that would sort of encapsulate what that commitment looked like? And I did think of one that I thought would be, would sort of exemplify what I was talking about. My junior year of college, we did great in conference. I want to say we were undefeated or awfully close. And we went into the conference tournament as, if not undefeated, awfully tight, and at least some, absurd statistic like a 25 match winning streak or something. So we came in my junior year as the team to beat. And, we had the SoCon banquet the night before the tournament, and we were winning every award, and we were just so excited to be there and to be the team to beat. And then we lost, also to Georgia Southern. And it was devastating. That was the word I would use. I would say absolutely devastating, and also many of us were absolutely despondent after the loss. But what happened is that we kind of came together as a team and just said to each other, how are we going to prevent this from happening next year? What is it going to take to make sure that we never find ourselves in this situation again where our number one goal to go to the NCAAs had not been realized? And so as a team, we decided we will do a preseason. We will gather together in a tiny gym in Southern Illinois where my parents graciously hosted us. And we will just make sure that when we walk in the door for preseason, we've already been meeting and practicing and, beating ourselves to death, essentially. So we did it. And just to give you some, the picture, I was the only member from Illinois. So people Sean Beckham, I think, borrowed her dad's SUV and piled as many people in as she could, drove up from South Carolina. Casey wasn't even a freshman yet, and she got in her car and drove. We just met in this tiny gym in Southern Illinois and essentially put ourselves through 3 days. We recruited my club coach to come and beat on us. We were in a hot, small gym. I remember that there were fans circulating that were not doing anything. And so my little sister was like wiping up the sweat with towels. It was a commitment again. There were buckets of Gatorade that my mom could not keep the bucket full. I think if you asked my mom about it, she would say, I've never done more laundry in my whole life, and I've never cooked more food in my whole life. I think she also said something like, you girls are so cute, but my goodness, you eat a lot. I was like, So anyway, the happy ending of that is that we did what we set out to do. And we kind of got our happy ending, right? We went to the NCAAs for the first time. And so when I stand here, I just think, how lucky is that? It was just a great sort of ending to my career, but also just such a testament to exactly, the team concept. What do we set out to do and how do we get it done? So very grateful to my team and for that experience. I'm gonna close with this. I have just global thank yous when I think about becoming an athlete and all that kind of stuff. One is, I thank God for, giving me some talent, but more importantly, surrounding me with a support system that I think is second to none. I thank my family. I have two of my siblings here, one of them who couldn't be here, and my parents especially, who drove me everywhere and, made sure I was well fed and healthy and had clean uniforms and clean bun huggers, and that was a thing. Can you believe that was a thing? And just, and I was also gonna give my dad credit for some very succinct talks after matches, like, I don't know, Mary, you tell me, do you enjoy losing? Like, no, Dad, that's a good point, I don't. Okay. So, but powerful. And then I would also think the college for sure. I mean, and Lee Higdon, I cannot believe you're here. We all remember, the president was at our games. The president wrote me a handwritten reference for law school. I mean, that's like how involved and how unique of an experience that was. And the AD and the coaching staff, and it was all it was awesome. We felt very well supported, and it was just I thought, a unique and very special place to play. Coach, thank you for coming here. Thank you for circling back, and thank you for being overly kind with your words. Thank you for recruiting a admittedly short setter with a very admittedly questionable vertical leap to play Division I volleyball. That was exciting. And I also think, Coach, we all knew a number of women, we all played club volleyball, so all of our friends went to Division I programs. And I will tell you, the one thing I can always say is you fostered such a positive environment for us. So I would have, players that were burning out at other schools, or my coach is making us do this, or I'm starting to hate the sport of volleyball. And I remember thinking, oh man, that stinks to be you, because I came in loving the sport of volleyball, and I left just loving it more. And that's a huge testament to you. And then I'm going to end by thanking my teammates and my buddies, just for, the dedication and, honestly, the friendship. These are many of my dear friends, and just for a lifetime of memories. So thank you.